Hello students, let us learn about some more separation techniques in this session. How can we separate a mixture of salt and ammonium chloride? We have learned in chapter 1 that ammonium chloride changes directly from solid to gaseous state on heating. So, to separate such mixtures that contain a sublimable volatile component from a non-sublimable impurity, salt in this case, the sublimation process is used. Some examples of solids which sublime are ammonium chloride, camphor, naphthalene, and anthracene. Sublimation is based on the principle that on heating, the volatile component will sublime and then condense, but the non-volatile component will remain in the china dish. The following mixtures can be separated by this method: iodine containing potassium chloride as impurities, camphor containing dust or common salt as impurities, ammonium chloride containing common salt as impurities, naphthalene containing dust. Look at the picture. This shows the separation of ammonium chloride and salt by sublimation. Take the mixture of common salt and ammonium chloride in a china dish. Place the china dish on the wire gauge kept on the tripod stand. Put an inverted funnel on the china dish and close the narrow end with the help of a cotton plug. With the help of burner, heat the mixture and observe carefully. As the mixture is heated slowly, the ammonium chloride gets started to sublimate. It means solid ammonium chloride is directly converted into vapor state, which rises in upward direction. As it reaches in upper narrow position of the funnel, it gets condensed into pure solid. This process continues till the whole ammonium chloride is sublime and deposit. In this way, we get pure ammonium chloride in the funnel and the common salt remain in the china dish. From that, we conclude a volatile compound, ammonium chloride, can be easily separated from non-volatile components by sublimation method. The next separation technique is chromatography. The term chromatography is formed from chroma means color and graphy means writing. The term chromatography refers to a technique for analyzing, identifying, purifying, separating and characterizing mixtures of compounds which cannot be separated by common methods of separation. E.M.S. Sweat in 1906 discovered this technique to separate plant pigments. Chromatography is based on the principle that two or more different substances may be soluble in the same solvent, but their solubilities are usually different. Thus, when a solvent, say water, is allowed to pass over a mixture of such substances, the substance which is more soluble in the solvent moves faster and thus gets separated from the other substances in the mixture which move slowly. Thus, separation or identification of different components of a mixture by paper chromatography is based upon their different solubilities in the same solvent. Let us understand the chromatography by an activity. Take a thin strip of filter paper. Draw a line on it using a pencil approximately 3 cm above the lower edge. Put a small drop of ink, water soluble, that is from a sketch pen or fountain pen, at the center of the line. Lower the filter paper into a jar or glass jar, test tube, any one of it, containing water, so that the drop of ink on the paper is just above the water level as shown in figure, and leave it undisturbed. Watch carefully as the water rises up on the filter paper. Record your observations. Now answer. What do you observe on the filter paper as the water rises on it? Do you obtain different colors on the filter paper strip? What, according to you, can be the reason for the rise of the colored spot on the paper strip? The water in apparatus rises up the paper by capillary action. When water moves up, it takes along the dissolved components, and we can see three different colored spots on the filter paper at different distance from the reference line. The dye which moves faster is one which is more soluble in water than others. It produces a spot at a greater height. Conclusion. From that, we come to conclude that different colored components present in ink can be separated on chromatographic paper due to their different solubilities in water. Applications of chromatography. It is used to separate colors in a dye, pigments from a natural colors, and to separate drugs from blood. Homogeneous mixtures of two or more components can be separated by distillation and fractional distillation methods. Distillation is the process of heating the mixture of non-volatile solid or liquid and a volatile liquid to form vapor and then condensing these vapor into liquid by cooling. The process of distillation is used to recover both salt and water from its solution. On a large scale, distilled water is obtained from the distillation of seawater or saline water. In the process of distillation, a round bottom flask is used, which is known as distillation flask. When the mixture of non-volatile solid or liquid in volatile liquid is heated in a distillation flask, liquid forms vapor. These vapor are condensed through water condenser. Water condenser is a long glass tube surrounded by a water jacket with inlet or outlet for water. Through this inlet, cold water enters in outer tube of the condenser and takes heat from vapor circulating in inner tube. This results in condensation of the vapor. This water condenser is also known as Liebig's condenser. The liquid obtained after condensation of vapor is known as distillate or distilled water. The mixture of non-volatile solid and liquid are two immiscible liquids having sufficient difference in their boiling points greater than 30 Kelvin can be separated by this method. For example, separation of components of mixture of acetone and water. Let us perform an activity to understand this process. Activity 2.8. Let us try to separate acetone and water from their mixture. Take the mixture in a distillation flask, feed it with a thermometer. Arrange the apparatus as shown in figure. Heat the mixture slowly, keeping a close watch at the thermometer. The acetone vaporizes, condenses in the condenser and can be collected from the condenser outlet. Water is left behind in the distillation flask. What do you observe as you start heating the mixture? At what temperature does the thermometer reading become constant for some time? What is the boiling point of acetone? Why do the two components separate? Observation. When mixture is heated, acetone started boiling first due to low boiling point 329 Kelvin, then water 373 Kelvin. The vapor formed rises and passes through the condenser tube where it gets condensed as low temperature is maintained here by running cold water in the condenser. Since boiling point of acetone is 329 Kelvin, the thermometer reading remains constant till whole acetone is distilled. The condensed acetone vapor get converted into the small drop of acetone and get stored in the reagent bottle or in the flask. The process continues till the whole acetone gets vaporized and condensed. In this way, we get the distilled acetone and the water remains in the flask. Conclusion. The mixture containing two miscible liquids that boils without decomposition and have sufficient difference in their boiling points 30 Kelvin can be separated into its components by distillation method.